when I can't trust my tongue. Don's wrapping up, talking about an impressive sales record despite trying times, window dressing the fact that despite a supposedly booming economy and record-breaking sales last year, our numbers this year sucked. I try to picture the flashcards I've been rehearsing all week in front of the bathroom mirror, the houseplants, or Shane, depending who's available. Instead, my traitor brain summons the worst possible thought. Today would have been the due date. Or maybe not. Maybe it would have been a few days from now. Late, but still a Christmas miracle. Hard to tell with these things. 9 months ago, I perched on the edge of our claw-footed bathtub, the one I begged Shane to install because I dreamed of taking long, sensuous baths, but that I've barely used since. My heart rose into my throat when the little pink plus appeared, the world's oldest magic trick. That was the best night of my life. And then, like a closed parentheses, 2 months later, came the worst. The blood came first, staining our sheets. Then the cramps. Shane followed me to the toilet, terrified. Later, he said he'd never heard sounds like that. Deep, wrenching howls. I barely remember. Just flashes. My body a coma around the toilet bowl. Shane cleaning something. Me or the floor, I'm not sure. And the cramps, in waves. It didn't physically hurt that much. Not as bad as my first periods back when I was 14. It should have hurt more. I wanted it to. Without further ado, Don brandishes an envelope like he's hosting the Oscars. Behind him, the floor-to-ceiling windows normally frame snow-capped mountains. Now, after dusk, it becomes a mirror. My pale silhouette overlays the Utah night. This year's top seller is a familiar face. What did the therapist say about grounding yourself? List 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch. I forget the rest. I stopped going to therapy after a month. Don't need it anymore, I told Shane, not fooling anyone. For once, he didn't push. Alexis Cole, Don bellows. Cheers erupt, some more enthusiastic than others. Tanya leaps to her feet, whooping. Her husband, Paul, dives under the table, presumably to fetch their bingo cards. Lex. Shane's voice calls me into myself, better than any therapist touchstones. I plaster on a smile so wide my cheeks throb and stride up the rickety steps. Thank you, Don. I pump his hand. Twice, with a tight grip, just to prove I can. I once heard him complain that women have limp-wristed shakes. He hands me the statue. Same as always, a glass skyscraper etched with our company logo, reminiscent of the kitschy souvenirs sold in national parks. The first year I won, the statue felt heavy with import. Tonight, it just feels heavy, period. Don passes me the mic. I take center stage beneath a fairy light and snowflake display that'd be more appropriate for a courthouse wedding. Shane flashes me the middle finger surreptitiously. Our code. Just you and me. Screw what anyone else thinks. Calm trickles through my nervous system. I raise the skyscraper. Don't see many of these around here, I joke. The tallest building in Gardenvale is a 6-story apartment block by the train station. It was built 30 years ago, but you still get old-timers complaining it ruins the view. A few people laugh. Bless them. Seriously, though, it's an honor. I scan the sea of polite faces. Tanya waves. John Wood, my main competitor for top agent, scowls. Otherwise, most people look glazed over. Don't worry, I'll keep this short and sweet so they can bring out the stakes. More gracious titters. A man rises from his seat in the back. He's a bit older than me, a white guy with dirty blonde hair. I don't recognize him. He must work in another department. Or maybe he's someone's date? This year's market wasn't easy on us, I say, then kick myself when Don clears his throat. More upbeat, Lexi. Stay on script. We had big challenges to overcome, but that's the exciting part. Challenge is where growth happens. The man at the back remains standing by his chair. He doesn't flag a server, nor does he head for the restroom. He's not even looking at me, just his own